What is going on, everybody? Quancredible here. I did have an entire first part of this video that I was going on and on and on about, but I never hit record, so we're never going to see that part at all. But for this one, we have chapter 63, the review for Four Nights of Apocalypse. And as I was saying, this chapter, it just came out for me and all that, but I can already tell it's going to have a really mixed reception, or I feel like people are going to feel really mixed about like Gawain and stuff after this chapter. And it's one of the things where I can already tell people are going to be really, really upset about it, or there's going to be a lot of people that don't really care all that much. But we're going to get through the chapter, and I'm going to talk more about how I feel about it at the end. It begins with Percival right after he hit Gawain at the end of last chapter. He's saving Pellegarde from hitting the ground, and it's kind of weird because like this small conversation that we get from Percival and Ironside is just so strange to me, because Pellegarde is like, why are you helping your enemy? And then Pellegarde is like, well, why did you help me? And then Pellegarde is like, what's wrong with protecting someone I care about? And Percival, rightfully so, says you're so weird, and I just don't understand why Pellegarde cares about Percival. Like, I could be taking that too literally, but I mean, it's like, why does he care so much? I mean, I understand he said he wanted to train him in the beginning, and he did take an interest in him in the beginning, but to go so far as to care about him is just really weird. Definitely, there's way more into Pelgarde's character that we're going to get to see like very, very soon, hopefully, or later on. But of course, all this is short-lived because Gawain drops down and just like full kicks Percival right in the stomach, and like, and she gives a little like piece of information here saying that she's like a descendant of a mighty king. Now you could take this as two ways, as since she is related to Arthur. You could take it as she is, distantly related to Arthur. Or if you're looking for more like Escanor-esque breadcrumbs, Escanor was the prince of, I think it was Tom or Tom, however you say it. So you can kind of take it from that too. I mean, granted, he wasn't a full-blown king, but you can kind of like make the connection there. But that aside, Percival does get absolutely no diffed by Gawain. You could make a couple arguments here that maybe the fight would have went differently if Percival was in battle mode, but realistically, I think Gawain is a lot stronger than Percival. Like, Percival was absolutely, like, if you look at Percival's face, he is done. Like, Percival is absolutely done here. So it's like, and it's not even close. It's like not even close at all. So from there, we have this next part of the chapter that I also really liked a lot, is when Tristan comes in and saves Percival, and is like kind of confronting Gawain about being about to cut down Percival along with the knight Pellegarde. And Tristan's basically trying to tell her that, we're all knights of prophecy here, like you shouldn't be hurting your friends. And this makes Gawain really upset. She says that, like friends are nothing more than the weak huddling together. And it's one of those things where I disagree with this sentiment overall, but I can kind of understand why she's upset when you think about it, because Gawain really doesn't know these people all like that. Like, Tristan even said he and Gawain did not really speak all like that after he went to get her and then bring her back. Like, so like it's not like they're super close or anything. And she just met Percival. Like, she might not even know his name outside of people saying his name. So it's like she's really not friends with these people. Granted, you all are knights of prophecy, but you're not really that close. So I can kind of get why she would be a little bit irritated when you look at it that way. And then she seems even more Escanor alike when saying like, no one, like she doesn't believe anyone who is weaker than she is can like order her around. And she even taunts Tristan to like actually fighting her and saying like, "Oh, are your swords just for show?" And then we get a character moment for Tristan saying that he'll never point his swords at his allies, which is really interesting because if you remember back, Meliodas would regularly fight his friends, or at least by fight his friends, he would fight Bond, and he had fought Escanor in the past. You could kind of make different reasons for that if you want to say that, like, oh, Meliodas and Bond just like to fight, so that's why they would fight. But the one with Escanor was that was a legitimate fight to, put Escanor, like not put him down, but at least show him that, there are people who are stronger than you. You don't have to really worry so much and not be so like conceited. But the fact that Tristan flat out refuses even after Gawain backhands, just like, again, I feel like this is starting to be the next thing that I say all of the time, but it really shows that Tristan is way more like Elizabeth in my opinion than Meliodas. But yes, after all of that, we do have Percival, who's back up, who's trying to confront Gawain about, he's really upset about everything that's going on, saying that, he took it too far by hitting Tristan, and he does proceed to call her a wild horse, which does obviously make her extremely upset. And she was about to, like, she's about to clap Percival again until Pellegarde steps in to kind of, like, handle this entire scenario. And it was interesting because I remember before, a lot of people were speculating that, like, Gawain was going to just, like, straight no diff Pellegarde way back at the capital in Leonis. And it even appears that way when she unleashes her full power, or we don't know if this is her full power, but what appears to be the maximum amount of her power. It's like so much heat or so much magical energy that Tristan says he can't even step in. But Pellegarde is still able to land a blow on her. And then while she does, like, have these really powerful attacks, or these really strong, like, magically imbued attacks, Pellegarde basically does let her know that, like, your attacks are way too basic, and that, your access power is what's really, like, throwing you around. You're not really controlling your power. You need to, like, train up if you really want to be, like, strong. And it's one of those things where he really humbles her right here. Like, she gets straight up humbled, like, even going as far as to say, like, if you fought anyone else aside from me, you'd be dead right now, basically. And I take this as also any of the Chaos Knights that are around Pellegarde's tier or level should be capable of this, because we don't really know in the grand scheme of things how strong Pellegarde is in comparison to the rest of the Holy Knights. So at bare minimum, we could assume Ironside would also be able to do this to Gawain, and probably much worse, as he said. Probably much worse. She could have been dead. And then at the very end of the chapter, we have the part that I was talking about at the beginning of the video, where Gawain just kind of sits there and she cries. And I already know there's going to be so many people like,
oh, Gawain's just a crybaby. Oh, she just, all she does is cry. She's nothing like Escanor. Oh my gosh, how could she cry?
And it's like, bro, relax. Way back, way back. I'm gonna connect this for everybody. Way back, because I knew this was familiar. But Escanor did the exact same thing when he lost to Meliodas the very first time. Not the first time we seen them fight, but the first time they actually fought in the story. If you go back, I think it was chapter like 327. It was in the middle of the Demon King fight. It might be like around that. I think it is 327. I get numbers wrong all the time, so if it's not, I'm put the panel up so you guys can see it. But basically, Escanor does lose the fight, and after Meliodas is talking to him, is that thinking you can let go of your life so easily is conceded. And then after that, Escanor starts to cry. So it's like it's one of those things where, like, if you want to be mad that there are so many similarities between Gawain and Escanor, and you just really wanted her to be different, that's fine. I don't really have a problem with that. But, like, if you want to say, like, oh, Gawain's a crybaby because she cried this one time, hold your horses. Like, just wait. Like, this is literally the exact same scenario. So I don't really see her crying as that big of a deal, because, I mean, this could very well be her first humbling experience, same as Escanor, whereas no one had ever humbled them before, and they never really had to come to terms with these kinds of things. So, I mean, it's just a lot of emotion all at once, and then they start to cry. Like, I'm not trying to make an excuse for it, but that's literally exactly what we are seeing here. So, anybody who's upset about it, chill. Chill. So, all in all, this chapter was cool. It was probably like 7. I mean, it was one of the things where we got, like, the whole fight between Pellegarde and Gawain. It might have been way more hype for other people, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Not really a lot of plot got progressed, all like that, but this is still a cool chapter to, like, just show off Pellegarde a little bit and, get more into Gawain's character. Now, as for next chapter, I'm not for sure what's going to happen, because I'm pretty sure that Tristan still does want to capture Pellegarde. But at this point, I'm not sure if he would actually be able to capture Pellegarde. And at the same time, I know Pellegarde wants to capture or, kidnap Percival, but I don't know if he would be able to do that. So it's kind of very interesting to see which exact way this is going to go for either one of them. Again, this would be a perfect chance for, a third party or another party to get involved. That's kind of what I see happening next chapter, but we're just going to have to wait and see on that. So let me know what you guys think about the chapter. I really need to know you guys' thoughts on the whole Gawain thing and where you fall. Like I said, I predict that people are going to be split on this. I really do. So I want to know you guys' opinion. So sorry for that. Make sure you guys like the video as well as subscribe to the channel for more videos. I know I have been slacking off lately, so Shame on me. But we're going to roll out some more content, some other videos. We got some theories about, Pellegarde, or maybe even some more videos about, I got another one about Percival that I still have not released for some reason. So we're going to get those out. So be on the lookout for those. You guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you all in my next video.